Hello everybody, this is Willow, and I'm working to help people to wake up. I just wanted to get on tonight because I've been getting a lot of emails and messages from people about my last 3 videos that I made that YouTube has removed. Some people say they watched them, and then they went back and they weren't there. Yes, YouTube did remove my last 3 videos, and apparently and they sent me an email, and they were real nice about it and all. And apparently it's about the coronavirus, so I guess they don't want people talking about the coronavirus, or maybe they don't want people sharing the truth about the coronavirus. But there are a lot of people out there who are putting their experiences out there, and talking about it. And then as the new information comes in about it, people are posting it. And I've heard other people say online that everybody's videos about the coronavirus are being removed from YouTube. So they obviously don't want anything being said about coronavirus. So with that being said, yes, I had 3 removed. And the first one, without going into much detail about it, the first one that I did was about, I was telling people about this video that I saw about this man who used to work for 5G in a technological company called Vodafone. And what I wanted to do really was post a link for it so that people could watch the video, because he had a lot of really, really telling information in that video. He actually comes out and confirms that 5G is the cause of the coronavirus. He said that the 5G frequencies, once they're activated, they react to the toxins and the metals within the body, and they make people sick and give you the coronavirus. So that's all I'm going to say about that, but that's what the first video was about. So I can't go into much detail about it, because they don't want us talking about it. But then the second one, which I didn't think would be taken down, because it was dealing with Morgellons. And Morgellons is what I normally talk about on my channel, so I really didn't think there'd be a problem with that. But I guess it was because there was coronavirus within the title. It said, is coronavirus Morgellons disease? Because there are some people who are saying that the coronavirus is Morgellons disease. And when I heard that, and I saw some of the Morgellons victims saying that, I was, I kind of was a little bit confused, because the symptoms for the coronavirus are not really in line with Morgellons disease. But of course, you can have any kind of symptom with Morgellons disease. But the main symptoms are like the crawling, in the scalp, and the itching, and the stinging, and the burning, and the sores, and the fungus, and the fibers. And I didn't know that any of that was symptoms of the coronavirus. It may be, but it's not listed. If you look it up, those symptoms for Morgellons are not listed as a coronavirus symptom. It doesn't mean that it's not Morgellons. It's just it's not listed as the symptom. So unless there's a new strain of Morgellons, it could possibly be that there's a new strain of Morgellons. So I'm curious to know if any of the Morgellons victims have had any of the symptoms of the coronavirus, or if any of the Morgellons victims have had any new symptoms since this pandemic broke out. I'm curious to know if any of the Morgellons victims have had any new things going on. Because I'm trying to put together how they're linking the Morgellons and the coronavirus now. It's a possibility that this is true. I'm not saying it is, because I don't know, but that's why I did the video about it, to let people know that there were some Morgellons victims who were saying that the coronavirus is Morgellons. So that was the second video that they took down. And then the third one had to do with the mask. I did a video about the mask, but I'm not going to get into that, because the mask, which I didn't know at the time, is very, very controversial, and the nation's kind of divided on that, so I'm not going to get into the mask thing. But anyway, which is okay. I mean, you know, YouTube's going to do their thing, but I still got to do my thing. But I appreciate all of y'all, you know, watching my videos and your concerns and your concerns about it. It also kind of points to the fact that maybe we're spreading too much of truth. Maybe we're getting some truth out there, and they just don't like it. I don't know. But then on a more positive light, what I mainly wanted to talk about tonight was a message that I've been getting about a wave of energy. I've been getting the message, and I usually don't say anything about the messages I get unless they're repeated. Now, if I get a message one time and then I don't get anything else about it, I usually will just not say anything. But if I get a message and then I keep getting the same message, you know, for a couple of weeks, then it usually means that there's some validity to it. And so if in other words, if it stays with me, if the message stays with me, then it's like the spirit or God source showing me something. But I've been getting a message several times about a fierce, and the word fierce is being used. Okay, it's coming up. Fierce wave of energy that's going to hit the planet. Now, we all know that we've already been receiving massive waves of energy on the planet. It's been going on for years. I don't even know when it started. There's probably no way to go back and tell when it started, but we know that there's massive waves of energy that's been hitting the planet that's coming from the solar system, okay, in the sun. We know this. We can feel this in our bodies. We can feel it in our mind. We can feel it. We sense it. We're energetic beings. We know. And plus we have the Schumann resonance. It's proof. And because of the spikes in the Schumann resonance, we know the energy's been hitting the planet. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the waves that we've been having. You know, the ones that we've kind of grown used to. I'm talking about a fierce, and that's what I got. The word fierce kept coming up. A fierce wave of energy that's going to hit the planet. Okay? Now, I'm not saying it's going to be anything bad, because it's going to be God energy. Because as everybody knows, we have the evil energy, you know, that the rulers of darkness are bombarding us with, the 5G and all the satellites and the HAARP and the CERN and, you know, plus all of our electronics in our homes and everything, and the cell that we know about the evil energy and how the rulers of darkness are using the evil energy to try to stop our ascension. Now, we know they're trying to stop our ascension because they've always known about it, and they've always put plans in place to try to stop the planet and humanity from ascending, okay? But even though the evil energy is working overtime to stop it, we still have, on the other end, we still have the God energy that's pouring out on this planet and has always been here, has always been pouring out on this planet. And I did a video called God is Pouring Out His Spirit Upon All Flesh. That's what this is about. God is pouring out His Spirit, which is energy, on the planet, upon all flesh. Well, God's always poured out His Spirit, but He's been increasing that. He's been increasing His energy. And He has to, because of the dark forces. The dark forces are increasing their energy. And as they increase their energy, God has to increase His energy. So we know we have an ongoing battle between God and the devil, or good and bad, and dark and light. The light and the dark. We have an ongoing battle. We know this battle's been going on for a while. Okay? So God has to increase His energy as the evil energy is being increased. Okay, so what we're being hit with two energies, the dark energy and the light energy. Okay, for some people, all they can really see is the dark energy, because it is easy to see how people can get caught up in the dark energy because it's in your face and it's, it's hitting you, it's making you sick, and it's affecting your daily life. It's affecting your whole life. So really on the surface, all people really notice is the dark energy. And they don't really pay a lot of attention to the God energy. But there's a shift that's taking place, and a lot of people are now being aware of the God energy that's hitting the planet. And they're going inside and they're learning how to connect with the light within them. Okay, if you connect with the light within you, then the light of God connects with the light within you. Okay, and then that's your protection. If you resonate better with the dark energy, then the dark energy is going to hit you, and you're going to remain in that vibrational level with the dark energy. Okay, I'm trying to explain this so people can understand it. When the light hits us, it raises our vibrations. Okay. When the dark energy hits us, it lowers our vibrations. So there has to be a balance here. There has to be a balance in between the two. But it's coming to a point now to where the energies are getting so intense on both sides that one of the energies have got to increase in power in order to overpower the other. So we know the Bible already tells us that God's already won this battle. The light's already won this battle, but we still have to go through it. So the point I'm trying to make here is there's more light that God's going to send to the planet. This is going to be a fierce light, though. This is going to be fierce. The word fierce is being used. And what I'm thinking is that this fierce light it's going to be pretty soon. It's going to be probably at the end of this year. And what I'm thinking is, since we're already receiving the light from the solar system and from the sun, what I'm thinking is that the light's just going to continue to increase until it reaches the maximum, and then it's just going to hit all of us. The full force of it is going to hit us probably at the end of the year. Probably around November or December. I don't know. It could be before then. And I believe that when this happens, this is what I'm thinking. When this happens, the dark forces or the dark energy is going to be eradicated. It's going to be completely wiped out by this light, by this increase of light that's going to be hitting us. So this is good news. This is good news for the whole of humanity. When this light, like I said, it's already hitting us and it's been hitting us, but it's going to increase. There's going to be a fierce wave. Now, I know Corey Good and David Wilcox, they talked about, last year they did a video and they talked about a massive wave of energy that's going to hit the planet starting in February of 2020. Okay, so we're already going through that. I mean, it's already hit us and we're going through it right now. It's still with us. So we have the massive God energy hitting us. And we have the massive evil energy hitting us. So it's going to increase. Both of them are going to increase. We know the evil energy is increasing because they're rolling out the 5G and they're thinking that they're going to be able to overpower God with the 5G, and increasing it, the broadbands and increasing the EMFs and all around us. But the point I'm trying to make is we have to choose, folks. We have to choose the light or the dark, okay? Because when this fierce wave of energy, when we get to the point, to the maximum level, when this fierce wave hits us, it's going to be very powerful, okay? It may be powerful enough to where it shakes us, and we have symptoms from it, okay? We're going to have to be strong in God. We're going to have to be strong in the light. We're going to have to be anchored in our light and in our heart center. Because if we're not, we can be overpowered by this light from God, just like we're being overpowered by this dark energy. So this is just a message that we're reaching the end. We're reaching the end, and we're coming to a crossroad where everybody's going to have to choose the light or the dark. And it's very important that you understand this, because if you allow the darkness to overcome you, your vibrational levels are going to be lower, and you're going to get sick, and you could die, okay? If you allow the dark energy to keep you in fear, keep you depressed, and keep you down, keep you sick, okay? But on the other hand, if we allow the light, if we choose the light and we allow the light to integrate within our bodies, and we do this by opening up our heart center, going inside our heart and activating the light within us, or the Christ within us. If we allow the light to integrate our bodies, then the light will overcome the darkness and it will push it out. Okay? This is my message. The light will overcome the darkness. The light overcomes the darkness. So, if you're sick, if you're down, if you're depressed, if you've got anything negative going on physically, anything negative going on emotionally, anything negative going on mentally, like negative thoughts and all, this is time for you to let it go. Let all that go. Just let it go. Move into your heart center where your light is, where God is, where Christ is. Move into your heart center and anchor in there and meditate there. Meditate there, and then when the thoughts comes in and the things of the world starts pulling you out, you go do what you got to do, and then you get back inside your light. Get back inside your light, and you stay there as long as you can. You're going to get pulled out. You're going to keep being pulled out, but you got to get back inside your light. You got to get back in, and you got to hold your light. I'm saying this, folks, because this is the only way we're going to survive what's coming. It's it, folks. You got to choose. You got to choose the light over the darkness. And you got to do that by going within and finding the Christ within and the light within. So, just keep jumping back in your heart center and get back in your light. Every time you think about it, when you realize that you're out of your light, jump back in your light. Just keep jumping back in until you keep practicing it. Until then, if you keep practicing it and get used to it, then it'll start being like habit for you. And the first time you have a negative thought, you'll just start jumping back. You'll just jump back in your heart center and you start meditating. That's the message. That's the message tonight, folks. Choose the light over the dark. Choose God over the devil. Choose good over evil. That's the way out. Thanks.